Today is a special episode for EU Talk. We are now in Hala Rizal, and my special guest is none other than Hidilyn Diaz, first Olympic gold medalist in the history of Philippine sports. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Hidilyn and team, for having accommodated EU Talk to do the interview right in Hala, where Hidilyn is training for the Paris Olympic. I feel very privileged to meet Hidilyn face to face, not only because she is a superb champion, but also an inspiration and a global symbol for women and girls and the youth. Welcome, Hidilyn, to EU Talk.
I'm from Zamboanga. I started weightlifting at the age of 11 years old. I just get curious with my cousins who started young also. They enjoying doing weightlifting. So I joined doing weightlifting, then just viola. I like it because I do a lot of sports like volleyball, badminton. You know, I'm competitive even at the age of 11 years old, so I want to win all the time. This sports is really for me because I'm good at this, and weightlifting gives me the opportunity to study. Then I have the opportunity to represent our team, like Zamboanga team. My first competition, Batang Pinoy. I compete in every national competition. It gives me a lot of inspiration. I train every day because I have competition to look for and I want to win. And it gives me the happiness when I'm in weightlifting.
Very early, you knew that you were gifted for the sport because you were stronger than your cousins, right?
I'm gifted as a weightlifter because at the early age, I'm lifting pail of water from our house, 100 meters away from our 200 meters, because in our barangay, we don't have water. Yeah. Before, it's my mom don't want me to do weightlifting. But when she sees I'm enjoying it, and she see that when I was in national team, I was able to help them.
Because she thought, oh, this is not something for a girl?
You know, if you're from province, if you're from Zamboanga, a little girl that just want to do lifting, and it's for men, and if we do weightlifting, maybe we don't get a boyfriend or husband. Your goal is to have husband, to get married.
Right.
But for us, it's no, we want to enjoy this sport.
So your dream was different. What are the main qualities of a weightlifter?
Committed with what they're doing and determined. One of my personalities as an athlete, I train even though it's really hard already, even though I'm crying, I'm really persistent. Someday, I can help my family. Someday, I will be champion. So I think that's the quality that we have as a Filipino. The persistence, the committed, and determination. You need to have the passion.
Right.
Yeah, because it's hard if you don't have the passion in what you're doing. You will ask yourself why you're doing this if you don't love what you're doing. Because weightlifting, you really have to work hard on that. You really have to put work and sacrifice a lot in training. Why we're here in Hala? Because I need to really put work on my training. I really have to focus.
Weightlifting is, if I'm correct, it's like martial arts. You compete by weight category.
Yes.
So you have to be at your right weight on the day of the competition or the day before the competition.
We have to get our weight 2 hours before our competition.
2 hours?
Yes. So it's really hard for us to recover right after we get our weight. Then 2 hours to recover.
And hydrate and...
Yeah, hydrate and everything. So before the competition, we really have to prepare. Make the effort to control ourselves with the food that we take. Because what we eat is also what we perform. So it's really important that we have to be careful on what we eat.
So nutrition is very important in
nutrition is very important. Sports psychologist is very important, and my coach in strength and conditioning is very important in weightlifting.
Right.
So it's not only me. There's people behind me.
You are the first gold medal, and we were all very proud. I say all because even those like me who will live in this country take part in the joy. What was your feeling right after that, or at the time?
I'm so happy. I'm so proud to be Filipino, and I thank God. And we just surrendered to Him because at the end of the day, I cannot control everything. What I can do is to prepare before the competition, control my emotion, to inhale, exhale, to do the yoga, to do the session, and to trust my team and to trust myself and to trust Him. I'm really thankful that I was able to do that. Sometimes it's like impossible dream, but it became possible. And it shows that
Right.
we Filipino, we can do it.
This is not the first medal you won for the Philippines. You won silver in Olympics first,
Yes.
and you had a gold in another competition before, or was it the first gold?
Yes, Tokyo Olympics is for 2016. Then 2008 Beijing, I was there. Then 2012, I'm the flag bearer. But unfortunately, I did not do well in London Olympics. But that time, it makes me realize that even though you fail, it doesn't mean that that's the end of your career.
Correct.
You can still come back and do your best. And I said, I will do my best for Rio Olympics. It's not easy because I got injured, but it's also breakthrough for me because it opens my perspective that I cannot do it alone. I need people behind me.
Right.
So that's the time that psychologist was introduced to me, sports, strength and conditioning. I think that's the reason why I won in Rio Olympics.
Now you're the Olympic champion, so
Yes.
they listen to you, right? Or more.
I hope so. I hope so. But you know, for me, it's always like not me. I'm always looking for the next generation. I
Right.
hope they will give what is right for the athlete. What do
Right.
they really need for
Right.
them to prepare for Olympics, for them to prepare for Asian Games.
And now with your husband Julius, we are here in Hala Hala. Could you tell us a little bit more about your project, precisely with the young athletes?
We have the HD Weightlifting Academy. This idea is really from my husband, Julius Naranjo, who's really passionate with his coaching. So we have kids here.
Young adults.
Yeah, young adults. They go here, we train them, giving them the chance to be better athletes. And some of them are national athletes that we want to train for Paris 2024. We prepare them, making them realize that their dream is possible. Then we have like 20 to 25 athletes from here in Hala Hala community that our athletes also helping us. Coach Jules is helping us to train them the proper technique, the safety of weightlifting, that weightlifting is easy to be trained and hoping that someday they can be an Olympic champion.
How do you select them? How do they come to you? What is the process to be trained by you and Julius?
Some of our friends bring them here.
Right.
They are the one who select them. They train 6 times a week. I think the selection there is if they will survive.
Right.
Because the training is hard. That's where you see who has the potential, who has the heart, who has the determination.
You were talking before about, in particular for the young athletes, that they have to determine their passion, because if you have no passion, everything will be sacrificed. Going to the gym, running, everything will be, it's like work, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have really a passion. And even if you have the passion, sometimes it feels like work, right?
Yes.
So would you consider at some point part of your training there are sacrifice, you would call it sacrifice?
Compromise. He changes to compromise because sacrifice it's a little bit negative.
And you said that beautifully at the start of our conversation. You said, well, weightlifting is a lot about, you know, strength and so on, but it's also the mind. What
Yes.
makes the difference between a good champion and a super champion like you is the mind, right?
Yes, and I think what makes different it's I became Olympic champion. Now I'm almost done with my studies.
Right.
It's give them inspiration also to come
Right.
back, and you can stop but you can come back in school. Also, I think it's like giving back. We give them inspiration to give back to the community.
I don't like the word lessons, but what kind of inspiration you get from being a champion, entering in the world of business?
It's quite hard for me because weightlifting became my life for 21 years.
Correct.
For me, I think the lessons there, it's having the goal setting. Even in business, because if you have goal, long term, short term, you will have the direction. And when you have the directions, you will have determination.
It's right. What you say in many other trades, business, or it's important to have a goal, a vision and a goal, but it's also very important to do daily what you
daily.
have to do. Otherwise, it remains a dream.
Yeah,
What's the difference between a dream and a vision?
Yes.
Is the discipline you put in it.
It's not only fame, it's not only, winning. There's also responsibility comes with it. And I just realized that I have the influence of the young generation.
Right.
And I have to influence them positively.
Positively, absolutely. I'm sure you do.
I hope so. I hope so, and I hope that I can inspire them more to engage in sports and also to study.
Study is important.
Yes.
Is there something that I forgot to ask you, that I should have asked you, that you wanted to tell us?
I think I just want to say that this is our second location here.
Right.
Hoping that we will find a lot and we can build big facilities for the kids, for our friends abroad that wants to train under Coach Julius to learn more weightlifting. I hope we can build that. I won already the first gold medal. I'm still aiming for Paris 2024
Right.
to win gold medal. Whew, manifesting for that. This goal is not only for me, for the team. It's also like how I will influence the young generation. I hope that
Right.
I bring someone with me also win or qualify in Olympics.
Thank you so very much,
Thank you.
Hidilyn, for your hospitality and Julius' hospitality here in Hala Hala.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.